Hello my friend, and how are you doing? And here is your friend Peter Finn, car doctor. And I hope that you are fine and happy. And next I will tell you really interesting information that what are best things in this Mercedes Benz E class car in USA. And especially to you, that why you should consider this German highway cruiser, because this car is really made for highway cruising and this driving. And now I like to tell you that what are those 7 top things that why I should to choose this Mercedes E class car in my next car or your next car. And here I have one excellent example. This is this year model. This is like 2011 year model, and this is like the second newest one and really good option. And this car's price level in USA is about this $15,000 to $25,000 in used market, this car price. And then what is this car's best thing? I have made some notes in my paper, and first thing in that car is, can you really believe it is this car rear seats? They are seats. This car includes excellent comfort and soft seats in this rear area and also in front area. And this is the point number 1 why I think that this is top thing in that car. And that means that the first point was that rear seats is excellent and also in front seats. And second point was this front seat. And then third point, that why this car is so good and those great things, it is this car's silence. This car includes excellent sound insulation. This engine, when we soon look at engine bay area, we can see that how to do car with very good sound insulation, what eliminates bad metallic and all another sounds. And this was like this my top things in third point. This car is really silence to drive in highways. And then fourth point, what I like also very much this Mercedes Benz E class is that this car is really heavy. This is really heavy car. This weighs about, I think that in something like, I estimate that 2,500 pounds or maybe even like 3,000 pounds. This is really heavy car because this car includes huge amount of steel, and this is really fantastic. Also this crash results are good because this car includes so much steel in this body. And that means that when this car is so heavy and also so durable, this means that this car's suspension is excellent. And this is this fourth point, that this car includes excellent suspension, and this means those springs in all wheel areas and shocks. This suspension is excellent in that car. I remember also always when I first time in 2004 I drive a little bit older Mercedes E-Class car. I was so happy when I drive in highway those curves and corners in high speed, that how well this car is in all time in this pavement and road. This goes so nicely in highway and also those corners and curves, they go so nicely, and all hills. And this car's suspension is fantastic. This is like 4th point. And then, what is my 5th point is that when this car is so silent, this includes also very good radio speakers and this radio. And this car is so nice to drive in like highway driving in my home, to work in like LA or New York area, because there is so fun to listen music and news and all speaking radio channels, because there is so fantastic speakers and the sound installation inside that car. Really fantastic car to listen music. And this was like 5th point. And then my 6th point is that this car includes really nice steering and steering feel. And that's I like to drive Mercedes E-Class, because there is so nice steering feel. And this was like 6th point. And then we go to 7th point, and my friend, what is this 7th point? It is that star. Can you see in here? This is the 7th point, and this is star in the hood or bonnet. And that's I like a lot, because when I am driving, this is like those old warplanes, this gun shine. Because when I look that area, I can see always in front, and I can be like fighter pilot, because there is this gun sign in here, this star. This is great. And of course, the last point, like 8th point, is that this car is really German engineering. And if you are favorite and fan of German things, then this is excellent choice, because in old German leaders they use the same car, and this car is now about 100 years old. This brand, this Mercedes brand, and I think that this is the best German-made car. And also I think that this engine, what are this inside this engine bay area, that Mercedes, it makes best German engines. And this is like best German engine maker is Mercedes Benz. And then, my friend, we go through all of these my areas, and we go next to inside that car, because I like to show you that how these seats works, and also then what is this great sound insulation in this engine area, and then suspension. We can look a little bit that area in here, this wheel cover area, and then we can look also radio and speakers, and then of course steering wheel, and the star in the hood is the last point. And then, my friend, let's continue to look those things through, and then you can also think that maybe I can choose this Mercedes E-Class car to my next car, in new one or then in used one. Okay, and then let's continue. Okay, and now, my friend, I am going to this rear seats, and now I am in this back area, and I have to say that this is so excellent car to be in here. There is really much of the seats, and I can be like in Caesar or some president in this back area. And this is excellent thing, this rear seats in this Mercedes E-Class, because these are so soft. This material is so soft that there is so nice to be in here in that way. Yeah, best place in Mercedes E-Class is this rear seats. And then we can look a little bit more this seat material, and let's continue. Okay, and then we can look the seats, and they are really good and good quality seats, and really excellent to be in that back area. in there, and this is really nice. Best place to travel in this Mercedes E-Class is this rear seats. And let's go to look those next area, these front seats. Okay, my friend, and next we are in these front seats, and these are also really nice and soft, and we can travel really many miles, like 300 miles, and our feet and foot are very nice, and also our back area, because these are really wide and soft seats for long driving. And this is rear seats are really excellent, I can recommend. And then we go to next point, what is this car's insulation and sound, and we look those things in engine bay area next, my friend. Okay, and now when we are looking this sound insulation, it is always good to check that how this car maker has made this engine insulation. And in this Mercedes case, there is great insulation in that area, there is great sealant between engine and then this another part, and also they have used their sound insulation material in these sides. And let's go to look closer at those things. Okay, and now we can look that what is this great sound insulation, this makership, and we look this rubber boot and look that how solid are those all lines, and this engine is all areas they are made and they have installed in their really great this sound insulation. And look even in that area in here, there is this outer electronic, but in there is sound insulation, and then there is even second in here. And this is really excellent way to insulate this engine sound, because there is now one wall and barrier in here, and this is really excellent. And also in this upper area there is this soft material what makes this sound insulation. And in that way, when we insulate our engine, this car is really silent. Good work. Okay, and then we go to next point. Okay, and then we look a little bit this Mercedes suspension, that how it works, and let's go to look that area, because this Mercedes includes excellent springs and shocks, and this engineering is really great. Okay, and now we can look in there, and there we can see this really heavy duty springs, but can sometimes they can go broken because they are so durable, and this is the engineering why this car runs so well in highways and roads. Suspension is excellent. And let's go to next point. Okay, and then we are inside in this Mercedes car, and next I will show that how well this radio and these speakers in that area works. And now when I turn on this radio, that means that when we have this Mercedes E-Class car, we can enjoy this great sound, and this radio is excellent, and those speakers, and I can recommend that there is so fun to be in there inside and listen to music. And thumbs up for this radio and these sound makers for Mercedes engineering. And then we go to next point. Okay, and then my next point is really this Mercedes Benz, this steering wheel, because this is so well made leather and this engineering that it is always so fun to drive this car, and I like a lot of this Mercedes big steering wheel. This is so nice, and also this steering is also very straight and this solid, and very good steering and steering wheel what is really durable. And as we can see in here, there is many years use, but it looks like new one. Good work, Mercedes. And then we go to next point. Okay, and then my last thing is this Mercedes Benz, this star in this hood, and this is the last thing what I like a lot. And also there is one logo in here, and we can look also those things closer, but the star is the must thing what we can think when we are consider and thinking that maybe this Mercedes is our car. And this star cost about 60 to 70 US dollars if somebody has been cut and take this medal in her or her pocket. Okay, and then my friend, let's continue, and I will tell a little bit this final part to you. Okay, my friend, now we have seen all of those my 7 top points that what are best things in this Mercedes Benz E-Class car in USA, and now you can also think that maybe this car is your next car in used or in new one. And then I hope, my friend, that you are happy and you have learned something new, and I hope everything best to you and your family, and see you, my friend, in next time, and let's continue, and good day to you.